Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stoner, alongside Disabled here with another episode of VSW Podcast. And tonight is a special one, folks. We're talking about another kind of up-and-coming promotion. Pop-Up Wrestling presents Nightmare Before Mania.
Oh, yeah.
They actually ran another show prior. It was in Maine, I believe. They partner up with Nawa.
Ooh.
And
the show starts at 4:30 with meet and greets for an hour and a half.
And then the action kicks off at what, 6 p.m.?
6 p.m.
It's going to be a great time on Saturday.
On Saturday, baby. This coming Saturday. No, March 19th, 6 p.m. showtime, 4:30 meet and greet entrance.
And we will talk about just who you're going to be able to probably meet and greet with. There has been some changes in this card, just due to, the way wrestling, not just the way the world is, okay? Travels.
Several live in-person.
It was our first live interview, and they told us about it, and they mentioned some names, and, some of these names aren't going to be able to make it now. And that's fine. It happens. This is wrestling. You'll even see this in WWE. People don't make
shows.
See
it in AEW.
Actually, shoot, do you remember a while back in WWE on that one? I think it was when SmackDown, I have to laugh, when SmackDown first aired on Fox, they announced the all sorts of names.
The Undertaker,
Stone Cold. They were naming all sorts of names, and only like one person showed up.
The Rock and Cena.
Yeah, and they said that, Undertaker was actually there just sitting in the back. Like, things happen, okay? So, you can't get held up on that. But we do have a night of very exciting action-packed wrestling with some great talent from New England.
Absolutely. Including Dynamite, one part of the greatest stable in the unit, Danny Miles.
Danny Miles. He, I can talk about this guy forever. He's really, just a key ingredient in pro wrestling New England.
With an MMA background.
I mean, this guy's done it all. He's wrestled some of the greatest matches. And he is part of probably the greatest stable that New England has, or that I've seen in indie wrestling in a very long time outside of the Bullet Club, and that is the unit. With JT Dunn and
Trigger the OG, Mike Verna,
AC, and, we've seen them cause chaos in chaotic wrestling. We've seen them do some damage in Limitless as well. And, but, yeah, we got, we got Danny Miles, and we got a bunch of people, like I said.
AEW's own George Joel.
George Joel's going to be in action, too, which
from
is
the Hardy compound.
And... But really, it's going to go down to this, okay? First off, Mr. John Cena Sr. was, he's announced to be there. He won't be wrestling, obviously, but he will be there.
Maybe you can see his son next to him.
His son will probably be there. You just actually won't be able to see him. But, you want to know about the matches? Let's talk about the actual matches that have been now confirmed. When we first did the interview, only the main event was confirmed, and that was match. These two are great wrestlers. I can't wait for this, personally.
I cannot wait either.
If I have to pick a winner, though, I am going to go with Danny Miles. I just love that guy. I mean,
me too.
What's there not to love?
And plus, he has a secret. He can summon anyone anytime.
Yeah, he can. He's got all sorts of magic powers. Okay? But here's another big matchup for you. You got WWE's Hall of Famer, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and Cousin Larry versus Lights Out Lee Miller and Belfast Bulldog Dave Dyer. This is going to be a great matchup.
Freaking legend. You got the Young Rock premiering next week on NBC. Best friends with the great Rocky Johnson.
This is great to see. Tony Atlas, I remember watching him as a kid, watching old WWF tapes.
And he even managed Mark Henry in the Ruthless Aggression.
He did. He came back, did some more, and he's still kicking now. And he's going to be in this kick-ass tag team match. I can't wait to see it. I always like seeing.
Well, Sting can still wrestle pretty good.
He can. But have you seen Tony Atlas? This dude is still chiseled.
Yeah, still
he's still in shape. Can't wait for this matchup, honestly. I just really can't. And I'm going to have to say, Tony Atlas is going to come out there and with Cousin Larry and just do what he does and win. Although, he might have some trouble with the Belfast Bulldog.
Absolutely.
And then you mentioned George Joel earlier on. He will be in action against Blade Bandit.
Wow, Blade Bandit's kind of a name I've heard around the New England scene, Versace.
Yeah. He's somebody you heard but you haven't seen.
Absolutely.
And now we're going to get to see them live against someone that we have seen previous under.
He used to be.
We saw him under a different name, yeah. But when he was Robo the Punjabi Lion, we saw him wrestle a few times at different promotions. And then we saw him actually wrestle once as George Joel, I believe, and Beyond.
Yeah.
He was actually wrestling.
He's
a
top rope sensation.
He is. We saw him team up with Nico Silva that night.
God, I love the speed in New England All-Stars with him.
Yep.
Speed. You can't mess with the agility of George Joel.
Yep.
He was part of the Hardy compound.
He's doing big things in professional wrestling. He was part of the first ever Nightmare Before Mania. And, this guy is going to be going places. I think he's going to give a great performance, taking the victory. And in another, here's a familiar matchup. Well, not familiar, but some familiar names for you. You have Delilah Hayden.
Ooh.
Versus the Spitfire, Jesse Nolan.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be Delilah Hayden.
This is going to be a great matchup, okay? This is like... We saw these two kind of beef it out at the Ballroom Blitz
of NCW.
We did. And
Jesse Nolan keeps getting better and better in that ring.
But now Delilah Hayden probably won't have Kim Kilgore to keep her distracted. She's pretty deadly in the ring.
Has a lot of mind games she plays with. That's how she gets people. It's the mind games for Versace.
She is. She's really good, though. I saw her at Outlaw Championship Wrestling. She was in a triple threat match. She was great. If you actually go on our TikTok in the early days of my TikTok, when I first started, you can actually see her, one of her, clips.
Talk about blast from the past, eh?
Yes! And I'm really excited to see this, because you know what? I don't think we get to see enough Jesse Nolan. I see her at NCW. I see her in the crowd with the fans at Limitless.
And chaotic.
But I don't get to see enough ring time except NCW. Now again to see her wrestle outside of that, and I can't wait. She's great, honestly.
She's a dojo student, too.
She is a Limitless dojo student. She's been training for some time now, though, and she's ready. She's ready to kick some ass in New England. We've seen her in NCW.
Because this is also co-ran by Nawa in Maine.
It is? But we've seen her, in that great matchup at, WrestleFest against Isana
in a housekeeping match.
In the clean housekeeping match was kind of like a hardcore match. And we saw her again in Ballroom Blitz. So I'm looking really forward to this match actually a lot because, like I said, we don't see enough Jesse. And honestly, we don't see enough Delilah. Last time I saw her, like I said, wrestle outside of that was just those NCW matches.
And you do see her once in a while in Proving Ground.
A little bit. Her figure dropped. Her wrestling figure. But if you actually spent $65 to the last show, you could have got a glow-in-the-dark one.
Oh, yeah. Very true.
But, Proving Ground got some pretty cool toys out there. You have to admit. AG figures about to drop soon.
Can't wait to get the hands on those.
Oh, yeah. But, this is, like I said, this matchup here is going to be something different. Because, like I said, I've only seen Delilah Hayden fight a few times in NCW. And then I saw her in that Outlaw Championship Wrestling. And besides that, I haven't really seen her in singles competition in a while. So, this will be interesting.
And you got the match of the guy who returned and he's on a path of destruction. And a comeback toward the man, Osiris will take on Malik Logan.
Can't wait for this one.
I wouldn't want him to be Logan. I'm not sure who he is, but I would not want to be in Versace.
Oh, he's pretty good, honestly. He can hold his own, but Osiris is back, baby, and he's on that path of destruction. We've seen him capture Golden Showcase. We've seen him destroy Foxy Calvin and NCW. And now he's going to probably steamroll this guy.
Oh,
I hate to say it. I'm very excited to see Osiris again wrestle. I thought I'd have to wait a whole month for another NCW show. And
we do not have to.
No, we don't. And that's great. Osiris is a really cool dude, honestly. He's actually a really good supporter of the VSW
he
podcast. He
watches our tapes that doesn't involve him.
Hey, I read his comments. I see him in my comments, and and I really appreciate that a lot. It means a lot to me that the wrestlers actually do take their time to listen to this, because that's why we started this, to get eyes and ears on them, because, hell, they're great superstars out here. Just nobody's watching, or nobody has access to watch, or nobody knows about it. That's the indie scene.
The problem with the indie scene around here is we have all this great wrestling, but they're not on the map like the sports teams,
No, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Versace. I am very excited for this.
I am, and there's some other names mentioned. Not really matches yet, but we're going to see Rugged Rick Daniels, Louis Leon, Kyle Andrews, and Bell Time owner, Bew Douglas.
Wow, I get to see Bew Douglas get in the ring.
That's going to be great. He knows best, and I can't wait to see him wrestle. And hopefully we can get him on the show soon, too. I would have been meaning to get down there and get down to Bell Time, check out their facility. I'd like to do a VSW special on it. Maybe a live special, even.
That'd be awesome.
Trying to get people to notice the schools and know where these schools are and how to get in contact. Chaotic. And Chaotic, too. That's another one. We're going to be there doing their fantasy camp. So we're going to be checking that out. And that's another school, in the New England area that brings in a lot of, names. And so you got all this great action plus more. It's going to be a great fun night. This is a kind of a new promotion. Like I said, I think it's only their second show. I believe their first one was in Maine. I think they did one. They tried to do one in Florida. Pandemic happened, though.
Hopefully he gets right on track, and hopefully they can continue brightly into the future.
Of course, I think they will. I mean, we had them on the show. They had strong heads on their shoulders. I have no doubt in my mind they're going to take this shit to the next level.
And it's not like they're dragging someone into a middle of something where it had no business being in. Right, Versace?
Exactly. It's not like one of the owners is just going to do a no-show. Had that happen before. But, hey, that's all in the past now.
Mm-hmm.
But we're very excited for this out here. And, I think in Billerica, wrestling is going to be something, it isn't a town that doesn't really get a lot of wrestling. I've seen boxing out there plenty of times, but never really any professional wrestling.
And that is a huge treat for these people.
I heard that the venue is nice. It's big. It's roomy. It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
Front row is just about sold out. Maybe like
single digits left. Under
less
10 tickets.
Much less, because somebody bought like 5, 6 at a time. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is flying. So if you want front row seats to this show, you want to see all the action, you got to get over to Eventbrite now, because it's probably only I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 tickets left.
Absolutely, I'll pull it out. Shouldn't I, Versace?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, but
So you got general admission for $15, and if you're lucky enough to snag a front row ticket, it is $20 plus fee, just like general admission's $15 plus fee. So it is great value, folks.
It's going to be great value for a great night of professional wrestling. You're going to see WWE legends. You get there a little earlier, 4:30. You're going to see the meet and greet. You can meet your stars. You take a picture, Tony Atlas, all these great guys, and really just take it to the next level. Yeah, I can't wait.
I cannot wait either, Versace.
And hopefully, we can get Ty and Mashup and maybe even, the Nawa guys on our show after, to talk about it when we do our recap of this. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have a lot really to preview because a lot of the matches are held, under lock and key. They're not being announced. And that's the whole thing. They're popped up, It's pop-up wrestling. It's kind of something that's just kind of spontaneous. Pop. And I can't wait. I heard, a bunch of great things. So, like I said, it's going to be a great night of professional wrestling in Billerica. March 19th at 4:30 p.m. Everything will kick off. Show starting at 6.
I cannot wait for Sachi.
Either can I, and it's going to be just, like I said, it's going to be a double dose of action for us as we have the return of chaotic wrestling to Lexington, Mass on Friday night.
Absolutely. I am very excited, and Mother Nature won't touch that one.
Nope. You'll be seeing a red after that.
Oh, yeah. Pun intended, my friend.
But yes, everybody, get to Eventbrite now because these tickets are selling fast, and you're going to want to be front row to catch all this action, all this legendary action, and great classic New England wrestling. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Check out Nightmare Before Mania, presented by Pop-Up Wrestling.
March 9th, Saturday, March 19th, 4:30 p.m. for meet and greet, 6 p.m. bell time. Get there, be square.
Have a good night, everybody. Versace Stoner out.
Disable out.